Hi, colleagues. I'm Logan Phillips, a professor here at Tulsa Community College, and I want to welcome you to the structural overview of the data science and analytic course that I teach. You have unfortunately been tagged to be my reviewer in some form or other, or you are coming in to look at my course and see how it functions, evaluate me in any way. So whether you are reviewing this for a quality assurance, for a peer evaluation, a curriculum alignment, I appreciate your time and your eyes on my design. And now, because of years past, over the last 22 years of teaching, the last 12 years of college teaching here at Tulsa Community College, I have learned that for a lot of people, my teaching methodology, my andragogical approach, does not necessarily translate to all spectrum of educators. And it's actually somewhat outside the scope that many people actually know of because it's not often taught in our educational programs or other divisions, types of programs teach differently. So I'm creating this video and this section, which is a reviewer walkthrough of all my pieces, why we do things inside my class for you, so you can see where things are and that you can give me an honest critique. Now, before we look at folders, I really want to jump in and talk to you about my philosophical foundations, my approach to this course, and why I do it. Because my approach to this class and my teaching as a whole is a strictly andragogical approach, not a pedagogical approach. And I know teachers love pedagogy. We've been taught it from day one in our special sessions. We've been taught it from our, extra learning and extracurriculars in every type of program. Pedagogical focuses on the method and practices of teaching children. And I've taught children. I've taught from the elementary, the middle school, the high school. I've taught inside the career tech system. I've taught inside the vocational system. I've taught in the prison system. I've taught overseas for several years. There's not a single level of education I have actually not functioned in. I've been 12 years as a professor here at TCC. So when I'm talking pedagogy, if I was teaching high school down, I'm going to be inside the pedagogical realm. But as a college professor, vocational professor, I teach andragogy, which is the art and science of adult learning. Adult learners really do not consume education passively. They enter the room with an acclimated, full life experience, a very high degree of self-direction, and an immediate need for practical application. That wasting the time is just not something they want to do. So the framework directly traces back to a progressive educational theorist that was the foundation of all things I do. That is George S. Counts, and I strongly suggest you look into him, who argued that education must deeply engage with social realities and empower individuals to critically analyze their environments. So in a data analytics environment, which is all of my courses, no matter if it's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, data analysis, business analysis, that means that my students aren't learning tools just to pass a test. The technology I will teach them will be outdated by the time they get done with my course. So what I'm doing is they are learning tools to solve systematic problems and dive into institutional change. And that doesn't matter if it's institutional change here at TCC or the university, or if that's the bigger institution from like when I worked in years of politics and trying to change the world for a better place or for the future that's coming. Now, because adult learners juggle everything from their career, their family, and their academic responsibilities, the cognitive load must always be spent on the content and not navigating a messy layout. This is something that is a core belief of my education and why I structure my online courses the way I do. So the course architecture is built entirely around 8 uniform modules. Every single module follows an identical, predictable pattern. We go from lecture, then to the textbook, going into a applied case study, followed by a low stakes milestone Power BI project, which is a follow along, and then a module exam, which is a slightly higher stakes that all feed into their capstone projects and capstone assignments at the very end. There are no surprise requirements or changing formats or gotchas in my class at all. They are opened up on day one. They close on the last day of class on the final Friday of finals week at 5 p.m., which is beat into their skull. And at the heart of each module is the case study. So I do not ask students to write generic essays about why data is important. Instead, they step into roles, professional roles. They act as a chief risk officer, an environmental auditor, a data compliance lead. They navigate that high stakes scenarios like a logarithmic bias in higher education, things like e-waste audits in their own homes or corporate data privacy crises. They must grapple with those hard financial trade-offs of the ethical gray areas where everyone wins is not really an option inside the real environments outside of TCC. So when you're looking into these classes, you're going to notice a big shift from our pedagogical approach from pedagogy approach. And the first one you're going to see is the use of pre-quizzes. I stopped using them. Previously, I utilized pre-quizzes as a diagnostic tool to establish a nice baseline, check my student knowledge before the data instruction, and we used the post-exams as a way to verify what was actually learned back and forth. However, the extremely rampant, unchecked use of generative AI tools by students has completely destroyed the data collection value of those assignments. So instead of measuring authentic baseline knowledge, the data became skewed instantly by LLM generated answers. My students went from earning, 15, 20, 25% on a pre-quiz to earning 100% every time and doing it in 10 seconds. Now, as a data analysis, your source data is fundamentally corrupted. You don't just rely on it continuously. You don't keep doing it, you pivot. So I removed the pre-quizzes entirely. They were a waste of the students' time. They were a waste of my time. No value is getting out of them. So rather than wasting their students' time on that unverified metric, we dove straight into the conceptual lectures, hands-on application where that authentic learning can actually be measured. Now, outside of that, from the measurable pieces that the students know about, we do have some things that I do that I'm practicing what I preach. One element of course design that frequently surprises my reviewers is my gradebook configuration. I intentionally omit a running total column in my gradebook. This catches people off guard. In a data analysis course or data analytics course, learning to automate or leaving an automated current grade card actively defeats the very purpose of the discipline. I want my students to pick apart, organize, and evaluate their own performance data. They learn how to clean data, move data, change data, put data in, and evaluate data in my class. So evaluating their own data is very important. If a student wishes to know their current standing on a project or their final grade, they are required to export their scores, sort the parameters, account for weighting constraints, and calculate the metrics themselves. This calculation isn't an arbitrary barrier. It actually relies on the exact data manipulation, structuring, and reporting content that I have been teaching as a part of the curriculum. It turns their own academic performance into their very first live data audit, which is what the goal of the class is for them to be able to do once they leave the university or leave my degree program. Now, outside of that, we have some changes to what I do with my syllabus, my pacing, and my infrastructure. To support this directed model and the belief that adult learners come in with previous knowledge and expectation, I have a hardcore foundational belief that transparency is absolute. So I utilize the simple syllabus platform that we have provided here at TCC. I don't change anything about it. That way that the simple syllabus is in its basic form and it's aligned with everything they've seen in other courses that uses that same basic form. Anything outside that they have inside their begin here, which is course standards, course expectations, professionalism, introduction to me, the professor, that exists inside the begin here. And then key information inside the course exists inside the sticky note at the beginning so that they can jump to things that I know that they will utilize multiple times. At the beginning, it's just the states. After week one, it becomes the grading rubric for their case studies, all those types of pieces, excuse me. So to support this model, all assignments in my course are strictly synchronized to the massing pacing schedule that students receive on day one, week one. The schedule is aligned with the native LMS calendar and cross-listed across inside of every single module folder and cross-listed and posted inside every announcement that is scheduled to go out on the Sunday before each module starts. So they see their schedule, they see their expectations, they see the course outlines, the goals, the objectives of the chapters they're going to be learning, and a quick breakdown at the beginning of the week. Then go into the materials where they see the materials, the due dates again, can look at their calendar, see them again, and that kind of pieces. And in my class, I do not accept late work. Deadlines are absolute. At Fridays at 5 p.m., which is a vastly different thing than most professors do. It's always 11:59 p.m. and 59 seconds on Sunday or Friday night or whatever it's going to be. I believe my students are adults going to be entering inside of an adult working environment outside in the real world. So the adult professional world ends at Friday p.m. at 5 p.m. With a strict zero tolerance policy for late work, this allows me to give them and make them handle a professional grade data software like the Power BI desktops. And they're expected to meet like the expectations of the professionals that I hope they'll become. And I tell them I am not available on weekends. I am not available at night. That my schedule is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And so if they want a professional insertion or help or meeting, it has to be within a professional working environment. Again, that's all just mimicking what I expect them to see outside the world. And then we have another piece that we handle professional grade software, Power BI, desktop, and students are told on day one that technical friction or utilizing unsupporting operating systems like the Mac OS will not be an excuse for a missed deadline. We provide dedicated Windows workstations across every campus, inside every computer lab, but with a key requirement that the students are told that they must work with a bureaucrat official in charge of that workstation, in charge of that lab, and me to make it happen. It has to be done through emails. That again is training them without assessing them in a formal academic manner to accomplish tasks just like they would inside a data analysis environment in a professional setting. Now, ultimately, my teaching style is defined by balancing a very high professional rigor with a very radically structural transparency. I treat my students as junior analysts, not as academic students. I don't curve assignments. I do not offer end-of-term bonuses. Their grades reflect the precision and accuracy of their execution. And I know that can be a little strange, but inside data analysis world and business analytics world, this is actually what they'll be expected to function in the second they leave my class. So if you have any questions, comments regarding my scaffolding, my case studies, my mapping choices, please reach out to me via email. I'm always open to collaboratively discuss during my office hours or since you're actually my colleagues outside of those. And I just want to say again, thank you for reviewing my course, and I look forward to your feedback. We modify, evolve this course every single semester based on the feedback features I've built into the course and change it based on the statistics and analysis of how the students are doing. So a course will never look the same after one semester. But guys, there will be other videos inside this chunk where I'll walk you through how my course is actually laid out. So it's not just a talking head you're talking to or seeing. This section is just for you. The students cannot see it. Feel free to reach out to me, Logan.Phillips1 at tulsacc.edu, or give me a call. My cell phone is 918-849-1512. It's always the easiest to text me instead of calling me because I won't have your number and I don't answer unknown numbers. Guys, I hope you have a very fruitful day. Enjoy my course, and I look forward to hearing from you and your critiques. Bye, guys.